So I'm on my way to the gym, but before I'm leaving, I just want to show you guys my outdoor gym. The reason is because I have so many memories here. We started off by building this gym, I think it was 2019 or something, so many years ago. And we just literally took 2 trees that we had laying down and bought a lot of concrete. So we built the straight bar first, had that for like 1 year. And every summer we gathered all the guys, we had some girls as well coming, and it was just such a big sesh. So fun. I think it's probably some of the best memories I've ever had, and it's from the outdoor sessions. This gym started to expand. We started off first year with just straight bar, and then we built the P bars. It's not the ones that are here actually, because these ones I upgraded this year, but we had another set you could do handstand and stuff, maybe not some freestyle on it, and we had that for 1 summer as well. And every year the sessions would get a bit bigger, so more people started to join. We always had, you know, when we train in local gyms, there's always a lot of people watching, seeing us, and some people come to us and ask like they want to start calisthenics, something like that. And if they are consistent, maybe train with us for 2 weeks or something, we usually invite them here, and then they get stuck. Because if you've been here once and train outdoor session with just a group of people doing crazy stuff, the hype is out of this world, to be honest. Then you're stuck with this sport, like you can't leave because it's just too good. And that's why this place has a lot of memories for me and means a lot. That was the second year that we built that one. Then after that, it's kind of hard to see now. You might see some things down here, but it's actually a big square of sand everywhere. And that was just because when we first train, we usually start off super early in the beginning of the season. It would be minus, almost like this, not this much snow, but almost. And there would be so much mud everywhere, because when you land on the ground, it takes away small parts all the time, and all of a sudden it was just a big pit of mud. And we wanted to train, so then me and 4 people, some of my closest friends, we took 1 whole day starting digging out. So I don't know how many hours we spent on it, but I don't know, maybe 8 hours I think, just digging. And then we took away all the masses, and then we put on, I don't know what it's called, but you have it under the sand so you don't get any grass and stuff growing. So we built it pretty damn serious, and now it's been standing for like 3 years, and it's big sand all over the place, so we don't get any mud, and it's also a bit more nice to land on if you were to fail. But we tried not to fail. So that was the, I think, final upgrade. And then of course this year I did switch up the P bars, because the other ones had some wooden peelers as well, just like this one, and not that comfortable to land on if you're doing freestyle on it. So that was the final upgrade. I did a slight skis, and then I sent it to a guy close here by the city. He actually made the bar as well. So I sent him the skisses of this one, and it took just maybe 1 month or something for me to get them. Then I painted them just to get the grip a bit better, and also so they don't corrode. Otherwise they would probably be yellow at this point. Just a lot of corrosion. And yeah, I think this is the final. And some things we also have on this bar. I'm gonna switch the camera angle. We actually have, this is a signature from Malin and Daniel's dog. And then up here we have Christoph, world champion signature. He's been here. Emil Langley. We have Noah from Denmark. Benjamin from Sweden. David, some of my friends, and Malin. A lot of people have signed here. Hopefully more people will too, because this is a signature bar, and like I said before, it means a lot. So many great memories. But yeah, I just wanted to show it because this has a big role in my heart, and this is probably where I'm gonna show a lot of vlogs as well, if people enjoy them. I'm gonna film out in the summer, because in the summer I do prefer to train outdoors. Getting some sun, getting some tan, definitely need it. I had exposure like at 0 right now, or even negative. So probably gonna be some vlogs from here as well, so something to look forward to. But now I think it's time to hit the gym, and it is a pull day today. So front lever and some Victorian, and of course it's gonna be in the rings. Okay, there we go. Teleportation to the gym. So just setting up the rings to the same height as last time. It is a front lever pull workout today, so I'm gonna start with some front lever pull-ups. But one thing I had in mind and I wanted to show It's just the importance of using the same resistance band each workout. Because I've had that problem when I work out in just commercial gyms. I used to use their resistance bands, and then would be different each time. So this, for example, is my Domination band, 10 to 30 kg. I'm just gonna get the gym's one, and this is the one they got at the gym, exactly the same size, so could be fooled. So usually, back in the days, I just took a random band, see the same length, everything. But I think this will work. If we just take literally a weight and we check the Domination one, this one comes down right about here. That's 10 kg. We expect this one to get the same length, but since it's a gym one, it's been used way more. Like, it's coming all the way down here. So if you're using this band and you're thinking you're using this one, your reps is gonna be way less. And that's the problem I had before. I was like, every session could be different. One day I could feel super strong. The other day was just like, how the fuck can I be so weak? And it wasn't until I realized that the bands, when you use them a lot, they just get way more loose. So this one is not representing the weight it should be. So therefore, it doesn't really matter which band you take, just take the same band each time. So me, I have my Domination band and I just have in the bag. So no matter where I am, I just use this one. I know it's the same strength all the time. But yeah, I think that's the setup. And first off is gonna be front lever pull-ups. There's also 8 repetitions, because this week I wanna stick with the same plan as last session. So I will have 1 week is gonna be the same set, same reps, same weight. And then next week I'm actually gonna take a deload week, just because I've been working out now for about 4 weeks without taking deload. So been putting a lot of pressure on my body, so I definitely think it's time for one. So that's gonna be the plan for next week. But after that, so in 2 weeks time, I'm gonna add repetitions to my set. So this week I did 8 reps or 8-second holds, and in 2 weeks time then, in order for me to have progressive overload, I'm gonna do 10 repetitions and 10-second holds and keep the weight and the sets the same. So that's gonna be the progressive overload part. Okay, let's get it. Put on the banger music. Oof. Fucking moving. All right, 8 reps. First set is always the hardest. Take some time. Like, first set is more muscle connection, and you're still a bit cold, even though I did warm up. It's not perfect. So first set is mainly targeting muscles. Second set is usually the best one, and third set for me is, depending on the exercise of course, but that one is way more challenge. But first one done, let's rest 2 minutes and get to the next one. So when I do front lever pull-ups, I prefer having a solid false grip. And in order to have it, you need a pretty damn good grip. Ooh. Last day was freestyle and I did get a super small rip, and I just put liquid chalk. People knows that when you put alcohol in a open wound, it's not good. That's painful shit. False grip. I told you, second set is always the best. But I do feel like I could do more reps. So after deload week, I think 10 is gonna be way more representative, and also to get that progressive overload. I did see the one thing is, when I do front lever pull-ups, my legs are not moving as much as my upper body. So the focus for this set is gonna be try to have them synchronized. So when my body moves up, the feet are gonna go up the same amount. Easier said than done. fuck, I lost count. But more than 5 at least. I know, we'll see afterwards if the reps were clean as well. Next up is one arm holds. 3 sets for 8 to 9 seconds. Now is the one arm front lever, the spinning one. It's pretty much impossible to stay like in a straight line. Every time I do it, I just start twisting. But it is what it is, as long as that form is pretty good. So I'm actually gonna do it shirtless just to actually be able to see the form. With the shirts, this one is oversized, so it's even harder to see what you're actually doing. Today I'm starting off with the left arm. So 8 seconds, switch, 8 seconds on the right one. And that's 1 set. Hard to get a good grip. Ooh, heavy today. To have it in good form, that is the hardest part. Sometimes when you can see people do one arm, it's to have a really clean one. It's close to impossible, but doable. What's happened is if you're tired or not have the right form, sort of becomes like an one arm L set. And that's also why I train really close to ground, because when I go up in it, I start to fall down there. I feel the ground touch my shoulder. It's like, damn it, I have to pull back to get that form. So just a small life hack. Now I'm starting off with the right one. So I do start off one arm, then the next set is going to be the other one, and then final set is going to be left again. So get some variation. I just find a new song. It's My Soldier's Rage. The songs I usually listen to, especially statics, is you have someone talking in the beginning of the music video, the song, and then it just gets a bit more hyped up, and then comes a big drop, and that's usually when I go into a static hold or a repetition or something like that. So build up music. That's one. Oh. Oh, I'm glad I had that music, otherwise this would be impossible. I think this might be the best camera angle actually, because when I do front lever, I start to twist. So for both arms, you're gonna get the perfect like side angle. That's when you can check form. Fuck, it was that wound again. Warrior mentality, not to scream when you get alcohol in the wound. Oh. Yeah, we made it. All 3 sets, we got 8 seconds hold, so I'm satisfied with that. Next up I think is gonna be Victorian on P-bars, but I'm gonna double check that. It was Victorian on P-bars, so that's up next. Here it's also gonna be 3 sets with 8 reps, just like the previous ones. And this one, what I have had problems with before is that I have slight bend in my arms. I'm gonna try to avoid that, so really have locked arms. That's gonna mean I'm gonna lay way more back. It's heavier, of course, but that's the form I do wanna achieve. Oh, fuck. Oh, this one is like, as soon as I get up into it, I start to slowly sink. Like this skill is so underrated. It's crazy how heavy it is. If you want to have the hips, you know, at least pretty high up. Because I feel like when the bum is too low under here, it starts to look pretty bad, but probably still would count it, but I do want to have the good form, because that's when it looks like absolutely crazy. You know, when you see someone do clean full planche or clean Victorian, you're like, because it just looks so damn dope. So that's the stage I want to reach. Put the camera a bit slightly to the side so we can see how my bum is. Not an excuse for you to look at my bum though, but to check the form. Not because I have a bum, but triceps. Oh, ah. Shit. These skills are so weird because it doesn't feel like I'm doing shit. You know, I'm just staying still, but your body is slowly start to shut down. Pretty much in any static skill, that's the case. Like the truth is, if you wanna flex your tricep, your like back shoulder, and your like back in general, just do a Victorian. Because when you hold it, like this part looks absolutely freaking crazy. It's like an alien is living inside of you. Especially when you come into these last seconds, it's like you're doing these small movements, but you see all the stripes moving. Maybe it's not the best line from there, but might be. Watch closely. Oh, we get it? That was at least the final set for this one. Feels pretty good. At least every session I'm getting a little bit stronger. And the goal is to have it relatively easy, because I want to have it in competitions. Maybe do it not in the first beginning of the combo, but to be able to do it after maybe 30 seconds of a combination, then you do a Victorian. If you can do it at that point, that usually means that you can hold it. And that stage I want to reach. Because most people, like, you learn in the beginning, you can do it in the start of the combo, but to have it solid throughout the whole combination, or in the end especially, that's hard. And that's the stage I want to reach. Be able to have max performance even though I'm tired, even though I have performed. So that's why I'm training so hard. Hopefully it gives results. Final ring movement for today is the top hold. Another one of these, you know, shaky movements because of the rings. But we're gonna try to have it as little shaky as possible. And aiming for 8 seconds here as well. Oh, fuck. This one is a battle each time. I try to pull as hard as possible, but when there's nothing to pull against, you're just pulling out up to thin air. And I don't know, it's really like max strength. It's hard to imagine if you've never done this sort of training. I feel when I do with weights and stuff, some degree can always push it. But when it comes to calisthenics movements and holding your own body weight, it's like, either you can do it or it's just like, I don't know, super weird. It's like you have no muscles left. Like, how should I even be able to pull here? That's always when I train for movements that I haven't unlocked. Same with normal front lever. It was like, how should I even be able to pull myself up here? Because you don't feel any connection. And that's the weirdest part here. And it's the same for me now doing top holds. I don't really know how it should feel because I'm not that comfortable yet with it, especially not in rings. Just want to say some quick words since we're either way you're gonna rest. Like when it comes to ring training and in general switching up the workouts. I'm training rings, not because that's what I want to perform on. I'm training rings because I want to improve, like my static holds in P-bars and everything. So you might wonder, like, okay, so why aren't you just training P-bar planche if that's what you want to accomplish? And that's the thing, like, I could do it, but that's what I've been doing for like the last 4 years at least. And when it comes to training and getting results, it's a lot about being not motivated all the time, but finding things to enjoy. So me switching up the training is a way for me to, you know, enjoy training, have something to look forward to. Because when you've been training something for a really long time, the same thing, of course it gets a bit boring. Then the only motivation you get is the small seconds you know, increase each training and stuff like that. But when you switch it up, for example, now with rings, I really look forward to getting here because I know that I'm gonna progress a bit faster in rings. It's like starting off from scratch, and I don't know, it's just a way for me to get more motivated to training. It's a way for me to know that I'm always gonna come here because I really enjoy it. It's every day after school, it's like I always go here because I really want it. It's not like I have to think about, oh, should I train or not? No, I'm going here because that's where I want to be. That's where I find, you know, joy as well. I really enjoy training. And that's the key point, I think, to getting really successful with your workouts, even if it's not calisthenics, but maybe gym training. Like, find workouts that you generally enjoy, and that's going to guarantee that you actually want to be there. Because if you're being there, almost doesn't matter if you're training perfectly, you're gonna get a lot of results if you just show up. So that's really the key point to why I'm training rings. And of course, it's gonna transfer to my planche and front leg training in general. So it's a win-win scenario. I'm actually gonna put these ones a bit closer. It's also hard to measure, like, of course you start off like at the highest point when you get into it, then you fall down a bit, but even if I fall down a little bit, it's still gonna benefit me a lot. So this is one of these exercises where I'm just gonna hold as long as I can, and even though it's not the top, it's still gonna give me a lot, so worth doing. Pretty solid though. I'm happy with all the sets on ring, basically. Final thing for today is gonna be weighted pull-ups. Last time I did 40 kg. Hopefully I can do it today as well. I did do a freestyle session yesterday, and that's a lot of back strength as well, but that's not an excuse. I'm gonna start with 40 and get those fucking 8 reps. It's all or nothing. In weighted dips, in weighted pull-ups, and in weighted dips, I feel like you almost have to be a little bit angry. For me, it's the more like adrenaline I have in my body, the better it is. Especially doing these weighted, it's I think 60% of my 1 rep max. Might even be a little bit more. And that's a lot if you're doing pull-ups. So if you're having a bad day, it's gonna be really rough. It do definitely help if you have music that someone is just absolutely screaming in your ears. First set now is gonna probably determine if I'm strong or not. But either way, we're gonna really try to get these 8 reps for all the 3 sets. Oh. That's first set. This one also helps if I have a bit false grip, it's painful in the hands. I'm gonna chalk up a bit more for next set. A good start, think 40 kg is gonna be absolutely doable for all the sets. Got completely chalk out now, so hopefully I have some good grip. Don't need to put as much pressure on the grip strength and focus more on actually getting the 8 pull-ups. Heavy. The thing with my false grip is when I'm holding it so much weight as well, it's really painful in the hands. But it is what it is. I'm probably not going to rip the hands, but definitely feel them. And for the last set, I think I'm going to try to do 8 ones in a row. And I'm taking a slow pause of like 6-7 reps. Final one, just fucking rip that shit. For the final reps, I'm also gonna film from the back, because I do think now I've been having a full workout. The back should have some pump as well, and weighted pull-ups, well, it looks sick. So if I frame it right and the light is decent, yeah, I think this can be good. And 8 reps non-stop. Oh. Holy shit. This was pushing my limits. Now it's only 3 sets of this one. However, after deload, it's gonna be, aim is gonna be to do 10 reps, but that probably means I have to rest in between. Now let's see if those back shots were something to have. Let's end this with a small flex. Some people might enjoy it. We haven't got any pump, no pushing today, but might still have some context on the muscles. Back is gonna be a bit more interesting. Not because I know how to flex it, but maybe something. Do these flies. Tricep might be some actually from Victorian and stuff like that. Okay, hopefully you got some shots. Today was a pretty solid workout, not gonna lie. I'm happy with it. Tomorrow is gonna be a push workout as well. Tomorrow is push workout, so plenty of rings and the standard. And then we're starting off next week with some deload. Still gonna be the exercise I do. I'm just gonna cut the sets in half basically to put less pressure on the body. But yeah, hope you enjoyed today. I'll see you in the next one.